Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Day in the Life podcast. And today we have arguably the most famous people I've ever met on the couch. I was a little bit starstruck when they came in, and you will be excited to hear all of the behind the scenes, the backstory about how they became those infamous TikTokers. It's phenomenal what you've achieved. If you are tuning in to A Day in the Life for the first time, this podcast was created to show people that social media has more behind the scenes going on than just the fabulous sort of quick videos that we all scroll past. We wanted to showcase that behind the scenes comes hard work, effort, sometimes years of patience, years of practice, years of dedication and consistency. But we wanted to showcase that everybody's lives are also fun. There's lots of smiles, there's huge highs, as well as some of the lows in there as well. So I am delighted to introduce both of you to the podcast today. For anybody that doesn't know who you are, which at this point I think is fairly minimal, do you want to introduce who you are, your names, and a little bit about what you do and what brought you here today?
Yeah, well, I'm Joan.
I'm Jimmy.
And together we are 2Js2. So we have TikTok account, we have Instagram account, we have YouTube account, we have Facebook account, where we dance.
Yeah.
That's what we do, that's our thing.
Yeah. And you don't just dance now to a few people, you're dancing to millions on a regular basis. So that in itself takes, as I've just explained in the title, that's consistency, that's dedication, that's a lot of practice that's gone on behind the scenes. But what brought you to starting that? What sort of was the catalyst that went, right, this is what we're going to do?
Well, it didn't really happen like right this second. It just sort of happened because of the lockdowns. And we used to go dancing every week, once a week. Social dancing, ballroom dancing, and we couldn't do that anymore. So I sort of heard about TikTok and I saw that people were dancing on there. So I said to Jimmy, oh, we can dance a bit, we could do that. So, just because you couldn't do much during lockdown, could you? So we learned, we taught ourselves a dance that we'd seen on TikTok, that I'd seen on TikTok, and we performed it in the garden. We set the camera up and filmed it, posted it, created an account, posted it. And straight away, people started liking it and commenting on it, and nice comments and following us. So we thought, oh, gosh, we better do another one.
Yeah, well, I'm gone. I thought it was only one. And next thing you know, we've done, I don't know, well over 1,000 of these dances now, over the last, it's turned into 6 years. I thought it was going to be one day in a life.
Yeah, one day.
They realise it's like 6 years in a life now.
Yeah.
So we do about 3 a week.
Wow.
And we've just carried on doing that.
Carried on.
If people are, like to see what we do, then it makes it worthwhile for us, and that's what makes us carry on.
Well, I came across you on TikTok like a lot of people. It is a lot of fun to watch, and you have sort of, I suppose, stuck with the trends that have been coming out as well. So that's been exciting to sort of see as well. You're not, without being rude, you're not the normal demographic on TikTok. So was that something that you think was the intrigue for a lot of people watching?
Yeah, I think so, because we're a couple, and a lot of people are dancing on their own, maybe. We're a couple, we're an older couple, and, we can sort of try to keep up with what the young ones do, or we'll adapt something. If we can't do a move they do, we adapt it. And sometimes I'll say, this is the over 70s version or something like that. And people call us cute, don't they?
I've never heard called cute.
I've got used to it now. It's really strange.
Yeah.
The baby being cute, I don't think of old being cute.
But I think when you're doing something, we're doing it in the privacy of our own home.
Yeah.
So we're not sort of conscious that this is going out to millions of people around the world. And then all of a sudden, the feedback that we've been getting, it's mainly because of Jo, not because of me, because she works so hard at it, become very, very much her thing, and nothing gets posted until I get it right. And once I get it right, then it gets posted. She finds all the dances, all the trends, everything. All I've got to do is is learning.
Fantastic. Well, I would say that in, all of the famous duos over the years, there's always been one driver that's sort of pushed it through and the other one there to support. So the dancing then, we've chatted a little bit off camera about sort of the backstory. You've always danced. And I was, I had to do my research with you coming on today. I did watch This Morning. So Alison Hammond has already kind of scratched the surface of you met when you were really, really young. And in Liverpool, in order to get you away from your handbags, which I'm taking words straight from your mouth, you had to be able to dance. So can you sort of shed a little bit of light onto that sort of very early days, how you met?
Yeah, well, we started going out to clubs. I did with a friend, before I was 18. So I enjoyed it. Discos everywhere. It was fantastic. Nightlife. And I went to this club in Liverpool called the Mardi Gras, which unfortunately isn't there anymore, and met Jimmy. And he, you'd watch the boys, see which ones had the dance moves, and he was a good dancer, and I fancied him.
Well, it was a good dancer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that made the mates used to sort of get to know what the dancers were, because you didn't get the girls in Liverpool if you couldn't dance. So we would outdo the dancers, and that was it. Because they would ignore it, they really would. And I've said this before, they would rather dance around their handbags than sort of dance with someone who couldn't dance.
Yeah.
So that got you in. That got you in. To getting the chance of getting the girls.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I managed, to meet up with Joan, and it's history since then. We were only 16 and 17. We shouldn't have even been in the club.
No.
But if you know Billy Butler?
Yes.
Well, Billy Butler was the DJ in the Mardi Gras, and it was also the DJ in the Cavern at the time, and we used the members of the Cavern as well, and other nightclubs that were in Liverpool. So it was all about dancing. So that's been the thread, if you like, that's run right the way through our lives together.
Yeah. Fantastic. And I suppose, like you say, that sort of thread has brought you now through to today. And the feedback, like you say, has been amazing. And do you want to run us through what you were doing 2 days ago? Can we talk through that sort of day in the life? Because I've got you sat down. We're not up dancing because you're having a bit of a rest. So what were you up to?
So 2 days ago was a very exciting day. We'd been approached and asked if we would do some dancing with Dan Wiston from Dancing on Ice.
Wow.
And he's actually is from Blackpool, so he's not that far away. And they said they would come to us, so we didn't even have to go to Blackpool. So it was arranged, and they arrived at our house as a team, Dan and 3 others, on Wednesday morning, and unloaded all their equipment. And straight away we started, practicing dances. And with Dan, we did 10 different dances that day in different rooms. We were changing our clothes now and again. So we'd do a couple of dances in our back room, a couple of dances in the front room, a couple of dances in the garden facing one way, a couple of dances in the garden facing the other way. And then we went out and we went down to the Coast Road.
Yeah.
We did a couple more dances on the Coast Road. And they, in their van, they produced this big trishaw, which they use for a charity, which is called A Lifetime of Wisdom. Is it a lifetime or a life of wisdom?
Well, it's not wisdom, is it? One of something to do with the
wisdom.
Yeah. I think he's managed to sort of use that.
Anyway, they you sit in this trishaw with Dan and Vicky, who is part of their sort of company, cycles the bike, go all the way along. It goes quite slowly, and Dan's chatting along the way, and because there's 2 of us, they did it one way and back with me, and then they did it again with Jimmy. Yeah. I don't know what questions he asked you because we haven't seen the film yet.
Probably different.
Yeah, we're going to tell a different
Probably try and marry them all up so they work.
But it really was an interesting day, and it's interesting to see you were very, very reticent to sort of do anything dancing in front of people in the past.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing everything in the privacy of our own home. you know,
And I'm actually very shy. I don't like doing anything in front of people. But when we do it at home, I don't think about the 4.6 million people on TikTok who might see it.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about that. But, put me in front of an audience and I tremble, don't I?
you're fine in the interview on TV the other week.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. I suppose it's growing into a new role, like that sort of side of it. I mean, you know, a lot of people, I think that's what they've enjoyed about social media is that they aren't seeing the faces and they're being completely themselves. And I think that's what people have warmed to your TikToks with and, you know, your videos, because you are being yourselves. You know, you can see that. You can see some of the cheeky, chappy side come out, you know, in some of and how it is, I would say, you know, what people are saying is very, very cute. It's lovely to say. So has there been any dances that you can remember, or any trends that you've really loved that you've thought, oh yeah, when you've seen that, we need to go and do that?
Well, I mean, that happens quite a lot. I mean, I do a lot of research looking up dances and the music. We have to like the music. We have to like the beat of the music. We have to like the dance. I have to check the words because I don't want to dance to something where the words aren't appropriate.
Yeah.
You know, so the thing is, you don't know how it's going to go. We can think something, well, this is really good, it's going to go viral, and it doesn't.
No.
And then something else that can be quite simple will go viral. Like our most viral
Actually,
one.
look at
Yeah, what does it have? 92 million views now.
Wow.
One video.
One
And
video.
it was the simplest
We did it
thing.
in one take. It was just me messing about, jumping out of the bathroom. Ashley, look.
And lots of people remember us because of that video, don't they?
Yeah.
It's good. It's good fun.
So that was a massive thing. But I think what it's done is that we get to hear an awful lot of new music coming out from big stars.
Yeah.
When part of their record companies, you know, get out to the agents and start finding people on social media who can start dancing to it. So we're dancing to a new song. And, you know, they do pay us as well, which is very nice. But, you know, it helps so many people in so many ways to the social media. And especially some of the artists that come through. And we've danced to like some Coldplay and Beyonce and Kylie and Elton John and Diana Ross. Songs that have come out early and they just want to get them out there, you know, rather than getting them all on the radio.
Yeah.
So, you know, they've seen us dancing to a song that's from one of these artists.
Yeah.
And it gets them the airplay that way.
It definitely does. I know that my music, sort of how I'm finding music these days, is totally different to how I was discovering it 5 years ago and then 10 years ago. You find it on TikTok, you know, a trend it clicks and you're there like, that's going to be the next big hit.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, as you said, they're trialing stuff through it as well to see if they should release one over the other and at what point. I think that's incredible that you're getting that sort of behind the scenes sort of exploration, I suppose. You're on that front line.
We've seen it firsthand, particularly in this last 18 months, 2 years. Miles Smith has become a big star.
Yeah.
And they approached us 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we first of all danced to one of his that we just liked it. We chose to dance to it.
Yeah.
And then we got asked to do a dance to
create a dance
to Nice to Meet You. And so we created that dance differently. And then it was nice because other people were then doing our dance. So then lots of people were dancing to Nice to Meet You. And that went down really well.
Yeah, and he came on and thanked us for
He did like a duet where he was watching us doing the dance.
Yeah.
And I think 18 months ago he was singing to 100 people in the room. And now, you know, he was then supporting Ed Sheeran and he was sang in front of 17,000 people in Glastonbury.
Just gone.
And then on top of that, he got the Breakthrough Artist in the Brit Awards last year. So for someone, you know, 18 months ago, his life was just
strumming away.
He doesn't even believe it himself.
He can't believe it. He can't believe it. And you know, that's the type of thing that can happen to you know, people with talent. I don't mean us.
Well, no, I think you do have
who are able to to use social media in a positive way.
Yeah, and that's it. I think social media's got loads of positivities sort of surrounding it. We know that it's got sort of negative edges attached to it, but your experience has been so positive. You saying that the communities and people were commenting really sort of well and were viewing it in such a positive light. Have any of those sort of relationships bubbled on through? Do you get to sort of see any of these people in person?
Yeah, we do actually. We've made friends with quite a few people, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've met quite a few of them in person, which is really nice to do. And you have so much in common with someone else who's on social media, more so than maybe our old friends that aren't on social media. Whereas these new friends are really excited about what we do, and we're interested in what they're doing. And we've actually got a family coming up this weekend, haven't we, from London, who we've met a couple of times already. And they're coming up, and we're going to probably make some contact with them this weekend.
Fantastic. I love that. We are going to head to a very short break, and we'll come back and we'll find out more about this amazing story. We'll be back in a sec.
Love is in the air, and MAF Photography is ready to capture every magical moment. From the first kiss to the last dance, we create stunning wedding photos you'll treasure forever. Fun, natural, romantic. We make your love story shine. Getting married? Visit www.mafphotography.co.uk and quote "Love is in the air" for an exclusive 10% discount. MAF Photography, capturing love, laughter, and happily ever after.
We are back. And if, for you guys, it's probably been 30 seconds. We've been chatting for about half an hour. It's been great. You're both utterly fascinating. I've absolutely loved learning more about your life. But when it comes to sort of social media and that really sort of community side of it, have you ever had any messages come through that have, really just touched the heartstrings?
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
Plenty, really.
Yeah, a lot. And one in particular does stick in our mind. And it was a few years ago. We just did one of our dances. And I always go through the comments because I think if people have taken time to comment, I should read them and reply. And this comment was there from a guy, I didn't know who he was. And he said that his wife had passed away earlier that week.
Oh.
And seeing us dance reminded him of the love that he had with his wife. And it just, it just hits you there.
Yeah.
And so I replied to him, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I replied to him. And then what happened was, a lot of our followers obviously saw his comment, and they were all replying to him and offering him sympathy and prayers and love and thoughts. And it went on and on and on. And I sort of privately messaged him, and I said, his name was John, and I said, John, have you seen?
In Texas, wasn't he? Was he Texas?
He's from Texas.
Oh, wow.
We didn't know that when he first got the message on.
John was.
I said, have you seen the outpouring of love and care that has come? And he said, I have, yeah, and it's really helped me.
Yeah.
So I said, would you mind if we make another video about what happened? And he said, no, I don't mind at all. This was just in messaging. So we made a video where we were talking, and we don't normally do talking videos, but we explained to people what had happened, his comment, and then all the outpouring of love for him after that. And then, of course, we got more lovely comments after that. And again, he said it really helped him. So when something like that happens, it makes you feel it is all worthwhile. If you've helped one person get through a tough time.
Yeah.
And every now and again now he still comments on our videos, and we have a little message back with him, don't we? But it was a special time and I don't think I'll ever forget that comment.
Yeah. But there's been hundreds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of people who were in
Lots
hospital said, I've been in hospital, just come back and they're seeing you, it's cheered me up.
Yeah, or I've
Had a terrible day at work.
I've just opened my phone and your video came up and it's made me smile.
So it's nice
We
to
get a
know
lot like that.
that we have actually got some sort of positive impact on other people's lives.
And that's why.
And that's great.
One of the first hashtag I always use is love and positivity, because that's what we're trying to pass on to other people. And sharing happiness, that's another hashtag, because we're happy, we want to share our happiness with other people.
Yeah. And I mean, you're doing that, and if you, as you just said, if you're just helping one person, you're very fortunate to have reached a lot of people. And a lot of people are passive, like say they go through, but to have the time to comment, I think it's lovely that you take that time to then reply. I think that's what's helping build that community and building that sort of following.
That's what Jill does. She interacts with so many sort of people, and people respond to sort of that.
Yeah.
And sometimes there may be one or two nasty comments, and I say, well, I'm quite happy to sort of respond to them, and you say,
no, you won't.
No.
We don't get
in
many.
a slightly different way.
We don't get many negative comments, but if we do, I just block them.
Yeah.
I'm not having them on our page.
No, there's no need for that. As you said, you're sharing positivity, you're sharing love, you're bringing happiness through dance, through, something that's just very non-offensive. There's nothing, remotely about what you're doing that could...
They don't like it. They just don't mind.
I mean, our kids, they no longer are embarrassed by the fact that the mum and dad have got...
TikTok.
Yeah.
The followers were like, because their friends want to talk about us when they're out with them.
Yeah.
And that's been a real positive, isn't it? Yeah. And of course they got really excited when David Beckham and our dance, Beckham and Victoria.
Yeah.
The electric sort of slide on one of their documentaries. And
so we were looking for a dance. I thought we could do the electric slide.
We did it.
Like they did it, so we did it. And then they obviously saw it and put our video, he put it on his story.
Yeah.
And I think we were away on holiday at the time, and our sons were messaging us, have you seen David Beckham's put you on his story?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Then we did the Texas Hold'em one, Beyonce, we did that. And next thing,
Beyonce's
mum's put it on
her story.
And then Kylie with Amperam, she put the dance that she did. Now she had first number one in years, almost entirely due, and she put credit to people on social media who done the dance, because she had this special dance, didn't she, with them all in red, sort of dancing on the stage. So we did that, and we had quite a lot of views. Doing it, and then you tell a story of Graham Norton's show. What was going on, because first series.
Yeah, Graham Norton, a series was coming back, and we were asked if we would give permission for them to show our dance on the screen, during the interview.
Yeah.
And so we stayed. It was on late. I think it only started at 10:30 or something at night. So we were telling everybody, I think we're going to be on the Graham Norton show. Just a film of us dancing. So we're all watching, and one of his guests. Kylie was there, wasn't she?
Kylie was there, yeah.
Kylie was there, and then another guest was there, and they started talking about this dance that had gone viral on social media. And this other guest said, "Oh, I can do that dance. Shall we do it now?" So he got up and did it with Kylie, and then they didn't. And then they didn't show the.
Oh no!
So that was the whole point, was that she was definitely the fact that this montage of people who danced, and that's what it was about. Showing this next thing, this idiot gets up and does the dance.
There would have been somebody up in the gallery also going, I spent hours on that.
It was.
Yeah. I absolutely love that all of these sort of really positive things have been sort of coming your way, and you've been able to experience all of them. Has there been, they're huge highlights. Is there anything that you are thinking, when we've had people on the show, on the podcast, we sort of talk about future goals, future aims. Do you have anything like that? Something that you think, oh, I'd love to be on that, or do you want to go on Strictly Come Dancing?
A lot of people say getting them on Strictly, and I usually put a reply saying, I'd quite like to be in the audience, but I don't want to be on it.
Yeah. I to go on Britain's Got Talent loads of times.
So I don't want to do that, because
the dancers always end up being the throwaway act or something.
Yeah.
The thing is, we never ask for anything. We just get contacted. So whatever comes our way, if we like
we've been in
it.
so many parts of the world as a result as well.
Well, yeah, we've been invited on holidays. We get invited. We've been on cruises. We got invited to the Maldives. That was a highlight, wasn't it? That was
Yeah.
it was fantastic going there.
Shanghai.
We got invited to Shanghai.
It was fabulous.
And they just treated us like royalty there.
Wow.
That was amazing. So, we can't complain.
So-
No, I mean, I don't think I could complain. That's
I think we just
fascinating.
wanted to sort of simply enjoy our retired lives together, looking after the grandkids, going to the match, playing the golf.
And you're there like, actually, guys, we're off to the Maldives and Shanghai.
We just have to sort of work out, have we got a date where we can do these particular things?
Yeah,
I'm thinking, Everton are at home this week.
Yeah, we have to check the
that.
Everton matches and the golf matches, don't we?
Yeah,
first?
yeah. Well, that's the way.
But it's like another stage in our lives.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to retire at some point, but we didn't know this was going to happen in our retirement. So
No.
it wasn't planned.
No.
And we're enjoying it.
Yeah.
More stuff than
Yeah,
They-
we don't doubt it.
that's why we
don't want to be
we've shied away from
working like
having an
mad.
agent
Yeah.
that type of thing. I mean, we have one sort of in the background that we don't allow them to sort of
We don't want them to control our everything.
Yeah.
Well, then the contact, you're still the main point of contact.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
contracts and everything else that we do.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah, from everything that you've said, it's wonderful that you've got that following and you've been able to have those experiences. However, if we took all of that away, the joy that you've got from dancing, sort of mentally, physically, that must bring so much sort of joy just into your life in general, because it's been that thread all the way through. So anybody that's kind of is watching sort of it, just encourage them to get dancing. You don't have to have millions to do it. You just need to be out there.
I mean, a lot of people think about taking ballroom lessons but they don't do it. And I would say to anybody, have a go to some lessons, because that's what we did. And we were in our 40s before we started learning ballroom dancing. And you sort of think, I thought we'll go for 6 weeks, then we'll know how to dance. But it's not like that. You just keep learning and learning, and we carried on going. And then, we've had a lot of opportunities through it.
well, it's been through dance, our lives have been enhanced.
Yeah.
As I say, we'd enjoyed our lives anyway, but it's just added something.
And we've met a lot of nice people through dance as
very
well.
nice
I think
people,
everybody who dances, they're nice people.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We were talking a little bit earlier. It adds a different poise to you. You kind of walk a bit taller. You walk into rooms, especially if they're into sort of dancing halls. You have to have a level of confidence to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that slowly just seeps into the rest of your life.
Yeah. We used to be a dance teacher saying, stand up straight, put your shoulders back.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Wendy, she was a classic one. It just.
Well, I remember Wendy saying 1, 2, open the door, 3, 4, close the door, and even in my head now, that is what I remember. And up tall, shoulders back, and you have a different. I walk totally differently if I'm going into to do a dance than I would do normally.
Yeah.
I probably should do it all the time, but we do all forget. It's been absolutely wonderful chatting to you both, and you're based in Southport, and you say about sort of you were down the coast road yesterday, and you've done different events in Southport, and you sort of famous faces around here, but not so much. It's been wonderful to sort of have you on the couch. We are going to go down to a little break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about sort of your quick fire questions when it comes to sort of Southport and what you enjoy whilst living here. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to A Day in the Life, our sponsor slot. This is where if you have a business, we could be featuring you. This is an opportunity to showcase what your business does, have it highlighted by us. So get in touch at A Day in the Life, and this is where your business could really shine. We're back and we are about to go through our quick fire quiz, which has a different name every time I say it. You're allowed one phone a friend, 50-50, you can confer. But we ask the same questions to everybody. So first one, nice and simple. What's your go-to coffee or tea order? We don't discriminate.
Well, I only drink coffee, so I'd go for a flat white.
Yeah, I love flat white too.
Well, I mainly drink tea, and it was just good old Yorkshire tea.
Yeah, good, but sort of builder's brew style. Yeah, fabulous. So when you're not dancing and you are out and about, is there a place where you love to go for a walk?
Yeah, well, from where we live, we can walk down to the front and walk along the coast road, or go down
Yeah.
onto the path in the grass
Yeah.
along there. So we like doing that, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We quite often sort of or walk straight into town. If we're going to town,
Yeah.
we will do
Yeah.
as a walk. The park. We have 2 great parks.
Yeah, Southport's got lots of those sort of open spaces, don't they? So sort of between Hesketh and Botanic, those types of yeah.
You have to say Botanic Gardens, don't we?
We-
You can't say Botanic Park.
That is true. We shall not offend. And then the next one, I always get these sort of after I go along, I forget what I'm saying. If you've got guests coming this weekend, is there a restaurant that springs to mind that you think, yes, that is a go-to when you come to Southport?
Well, usually our go-to is the Grapevine.
Great
isn't it?
Grapevine, yeah.
Like the Grapevine.
Yeah,
Church
fabulous. Yeah, wonderful.
We've been to what was the Botanic Eatery, we've been there, and of course we've got the Hesketh and the Bowl. It's Churchtown is where we live. It's great. It's a great.
It's just
area.
wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, you've got all those little sort of artisan shops from the sort of chocolatier all the way through to the jam and the cheese. Yeah, it's great. You can literally do a crawl all the way along. Amazing. Do you have a hidden gem? So this can be anything from a bookstore to a restaurant to sort of just a place that you think people should visit.
Hidden gem.
Well, don't you like Remedy? Don't be such your little.
Yeah.
I like
Like
I like the Vintage Tea Room.
Oh, is that on Lord Street?
No, it's
No, in Churchtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, we'll get people to have a look at that and I will visit so I know what I'm talking about. I don't think I've ever been to the Vintage Tea Rooms. I will go there over the weekend. Fabulous.
Nice cakes.
Yeah. Oh well. There you go. What's not to like? So if we were going to give sort of a shout out then to a charity, a sports club, or just a community-based hub, is there ones that you want to just get people to know more about?
Well, we always like to support Queen's Court, don't we?
Yeah, we do, and we've also like to support the Gabba Foundation. That's really important. I've been involved with our church-based charity for over 20 years, which is the SVP, which is St. Vincent de Paul Society. So that is very close to my heart, and I'm actively involved in that for many, many years.
Fantastic. And I think that was all of them. Oh, the what? I thought I did restaurant.
And
I did definitely do restaurant. See, this is what I mean. I should always forget. This is why it's never a quick fire quiz.
where are we going to tomorrow at that Indian restaurant?
The New Indian JT.
The JT Akashaya? Yeah. You will be in for a treat going there. It's fabulous.
Well, the friends who are coming up are Indian, and so we thought, well,
gonna take
a place. They've invited us to go to. They're doing an opening or something, aren't they?
That's in.
A taste of it.
Yeah. I can't remember when that is. August or September.
So
but we booked for 6 months to go there too.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's genuinely been an absolute joy. I wish you lots of luck in the future. I'm sure you're just going to go from strength to strength as you go. And I look forward to seeing you next TikTok.
Thanks for having us.
No, more than welcome. Brilliant. Well, thank you to everyone for joining in for another Day in the Life podcast. If you have enjoyed the podcast, please comment below, share and like with people that you think should get into dance. I think that was the main message from whether you are, going online, not being online, but dance can just bring and enhance your life. And you never know, you could end up, having the same experiences as you guys. You never know. Thank you so much. And we will join you next time for another A Day in the Life.